Carole, you know a lot more about this than I do, but I have tried to look at this as closely as possible, and I don't actually see an unentangleable link between Cambridge Analytica and the Facebook trawl on the one hand and the Brexit campaign on the other. There have been lots of contact, lots of finger-touching, but no real provable link.
No, that's completely wrong, Andrew. You've got that very, very wrong.
Where's the provable link?
Because Cambridge Analytica, which we've seen the fallout of that this week, we've seen what's happened to Facebook.
Where's the provable link?
The provable link is through to this firm in Canada. So we had a company. They
say they're not linked with Cambridge Analytica, don't
they? Our guy, Christopher Wiley, who I've spent a year working with to come forward, can tell you absolutely categorically, he helped set up Cambridge Analytica. He helped set up aggregate.
Carole, I just feel this is utterly baffling to most people. I think you've done a fantastic job of investigative journalism here. You've been incredibly persistent, incredibly dogged, but at the end of it, all I think you've proved is that Cambridge Analytica is a pretty dodgy and bad company. I do not see one iota of evidence that anything they may or may not have done had any impact whatsoever on the Brexit vote.
We should say also that, Isabel, you were part of Leave.eu, one of the two Leave campaigns. And again, we know that Aaron Banks was involved in that campaign, involved with one of the Cambridge Analytica people, because we've seen them on a photograph together, staring into mid-space.
Absolutely,
so there was some kind
there
of
just
contact.
isn't a conspiracy here. I mean, Carole, I just feel that you're kind of chasing unicorns.
It's not a conspiracy. It's big tech companies which are unaccountable and uncontrollable, and we don't know what's going on. This has all happened inside Facebook.
I'm really looking forward to your next investigation.
So you've talked about Chris Wiley, which to people watching, he's the guy with the red hair.
He's the guy with the pink hair.
Did you know that he had pitched to Vote Leave using the same kind of... You knew this?
Yes, of course I did. He met with Vote Leave strategist in the autumn before the referendum, and he told Dominic Cummings, the strategist of Vote Leave, about Cambridge Analytica.
And Dominic Cummings said, I think you're dodgy, and had nothing to do with him, to be fair.
No, precisely, as the same went for Leave.eu, who also ended up didn't using them at all. They did not use them.
Who was proven, we had somebody else come forward on Friday and say, categorically, Cambridge Analytica worked for Leave.eu.
They didn't work for Leave.eu. That is just inaccurate. Carole, I was on the inside of the campaign. They did not. They did some work for UKIP. That is not the same thing. Listen, Carole, I have one question for you, and that is, I think you've done a brilliant job. Are you going to apply this same forensic investigation to the Remain campaign? Are you?
This isn't about Remain or Leave. It is not about Remain or Leave.
So you're not going to do an investigation into their spending?
Disrupting our democracy. It's such a serious issue.
So you're not going to do an investigation into the Remain campaign?
With party politics. It is
But
not
it
Remain
quite patently is. Otherwise, you would be doing that investigation.
Let me just jump into that, because Dominic Cummings, who we've talked about, says that you are a passionate opponent of Brexit. You've said tweets like Brexit stinks and all the rest of it. And he's also said they promised Watergate and delivered a dodgy Zoolander. So what's your message back to Dominic Cummings?
My message to Dominic Cummings is a really, really smart, intelligent guy, and he knows the power of technology. He spent, I think it was 98% of the budget essentially went on online campaigning. They know the power of digital. They know the power of these Facebook ads. Okay. That's why they spent all their money there. So it's...
So where do you think this is going next?
I think where it's going next is we desperately have to look at our electoral laws. We cannot, at the moment, there is absolutely, our democracy depends upon controlling spending in elections. And at the moment, there is absolutely no way of controlling and enforcing that. So we urgently need to review our legislation.
And I'm looking forward to your investigation on Remain spending. I can't wait. I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job.
We're going to move